Hello all. In the last video we showed you how to unbox the machine, and you must have seen how many components did you received in all the two boxes you have received. Now as we have already unboxed all the parts, you can see these would be the parts you would be receiving, the two boxes. Now we would be starting with the assembly of this machine. This is our model number EMM02, that is with 7 inches touch screen. So now we would be starting the assembly. We would be assembling this block with this base plate, and you would be receiving all these bolts with the machine. Now to assemble this machine, all you need is a Allen key set, and now my engineer will tell you how to assemble this block with this base plate. First you need to place the bolts diagonally, and then you need to tighten these two bolts just to check the alignment of this base. Now the next step is to place this guide rail for the marking head onto the machine. As you can see, there are two holes, this one and this one, in which this guide rail will be placed, and this is the screw in which you can see it would be used for up and down movement of the head. Now we would be tightening two bolts to tight this rail with this base plate. This you have to do from Now the mechanical assembly of the base plate and the guide rail is done. Now you can place this part where you want to place the machine, and now we would be opening this block so that we can put the marking head between these rails.
We will show you how to do that. Just need to using these two bolts, this one and this one. Now if with a little push you can see, you would be having the upper block in your hand, and it would be with the screw.
Now what you have to do is you just have to pick the head. This head is already attached with the middle block, as you can see, and this is having two holes which are aligned with these two rails. Now we will show you how to put these holes. Very easily and safely you can now again you have to reassemble this upper block on the guide rails. It is the same procedure as you have disassembled this upper block. need to again reassemble these bolts from where we have taken them off. You need to again tighten them very carefully so that there is no play between this block and the guide rails. Now the next thing is you will assemble the hand wheel onto the screw so that the movement of the marking head is very easy to do. You just need to tighten this bolt, and the hand wheel is connected with this rod, and you can now rotate it with your hand and the head will go upward and downward. As this machine is with manual movement of Z-axis to increase and decrease the height of the marking area. Now the next part is to assemble the controller and its child parts. Now we will pick the controller and we will see how this controller will be assembled. As you can see from the behind, it is having few ports. This one is a 19-pin data connection port, which you have to connect with the 19-pin data connection wire, and this one is for using your USBs and the extension mouse and the extension keyboard. This one is to on and off the LED screen, LCD screen, and this one is for the power input, AC power input. Now we will first assemble the 19-pin cable, which would be connected with this controller. And the head. One part of this cable is connected with this controller, and one part of this cable is connected with the head, the marking head, as you can see. This is the same connector you will find at the controller side. And to assemble this connector with this connector, it is very easy. As you can see, there is a broader I would say spine, and you can see a groove inside the connector. You just have to meet them both, and then you can just push it up and then just twist its head and you are done. This wire is the only connection you have between the controller and the wire and the head, sorry. Now we would be powering on the controller. We would be using the power cable, and we would be this cable is used for the main AC power, and this part would be placed into the power socket. This one is the foot switch, as you must have found in your unboxing of the machine. We will show you where to connect this foot switch. As you can see, it is a 2-pin socket, and you would be finding a 2-pin male socket behind marking head, and we just have to mate them and twist its head and you're done. The next part is that we would be assembling the filter regulator onto the machine. This filter regulator would be used for increasing and decreasing the pressure of pneumatic air, or you can say the compressed air. As you can see, there are two connectors on this FR. This one is 8 mm input and this one is 6 mm input. To tighten these bolts, it takes time. As you can see, you have to place the holes. And now the next part is to assemble this intending pin onto the head. As you can see from beneath of this controller head, you can see a tabbed hole of the same dimension of what this marking pin is. You just have to place it in. With the plier, you can just tighten it a little bit so that there is no play between the pin and the base. This one is the mouse you would be using for your interface with this touch screen. And as you have already seen, that these are the three actually USB sockets in which you can place the mouse and the keyboard as well. And if you have any external drive for as in USB and all. Now you are done with the assembly of this machine. As you can see that you have assembled this machine, and now we would be powering on this machine, and in the next video we would be giving you a brief idea how to operate this touch screen. And when you power on this machine with this switch, you can see this is power on off switch, and these are the three LEDs in which you can see this is x-axis, y-axis and print. And this is for x-axis reference and this is for y-axis reference, and this blinks when the printing is going on. And as you can see that this machine is already being powered on. This is having a LED light, as you can see, and this is the basic interface how this touch screen would be looking like, and this is the basic interface of this machine. When this machine's power on, it will automatically go to the reference position, as you can see, and you can see both of these lights are now on. So this means your machine is good, machine is in good condition and it is working perfectly.